So here I'll show you how you can integrate Vidu with Clay to automatically generate AI personalized videos for your sales outreach and do it at scale. In this example, I have two Clay tables. One is the finished product, and after I show you that, I'll recreate it from scratch to show you how you can do it yourself. Here is the finished table. There are 4 rows. We got people's names, emails, and their domains. We then have 2 video steps. One is to generate the video. Because videos can, take 60 seconds to generate, or if we're generating 1,000, it might take, 30 minutes. We then have a second step, which picks up the completed video. So we know that the video has generated before we send our email. And then we have some of the details from the video itself, like the thumbnail and the HTML that we can send to, our email outreach tool. The video we're using in this example is you have access to it yourself in Vidu. It's an example, or it's a template, which is an example of how Vidu can do personalized AI videos. So in this case, it's an example of Gong and Slack. So Gong, the sales team at Gong might use this to send it to the prospects to show them a feature. Here, I won't go into the video recorder, but if I just show you briefly, you can see that in this recorder, we have a bunch of templated things like the logo, the company name, the prospect name. All of these Slack channels will be personalized. This Slack channel here, the topic, the conversation itself, all of this will be personalized using GPT when we generate the video. And as you can see, there's some animations showing, the Slack channel in this case. And if I move forward, you can see it's highlighting a feature of Gong's Slack integration. Okay, so I have recorded that video, and if I go to the video recording page, there is a Clay tab which gives you access to all of the API details that you'll need. So if I wanted to create a new video, I will just add a new row here for, let's say, Alex Higgins instantly data. Okay, so Alex and instantly AI, and you can see that a video has queued up. So when we queue up a video, this is what we get back. You can see the status is queued. The project that we're generating is this Gong Slack integration video that we recorded. Here is the HTML that we can include in our email. Now, at this point, the video hasn't completed. These ones have. So if I go into the response from this API call, you can see the status is complete. And actually, probably the best way to show you is if I just expand this here. So you'll see that here is the thumbnail for this video. So this is to me, Gavin at Vidu. And you can see in this case, our thumbnail for our video has got Vidu's logo. It's got Vidu. There's my name. The thumbnail, we've done some animation here to kind of make it interesting. And you can see in this case, it says, how does Vidu differ from Loom? Which if I was to receive this email would be, quite interesting. Someone has made a video for me, and that's an interesting question. How does Vidu differ from Loom? If I change this to Des at Intercom, you can see that the question is, how does Intercom differ from Zendesk? So we're using GPT to automatically come up with a list of competitors, and it's one of the ways that we personalize video. Patrick at Stripe, it says Stripe and PayPal, and you can see the logo. Sophie at Clay. How does Clay differ from Zoom Info? And here's Alex. Okay, let me just actually run this. So this video should have generated by now. So if I just run this cell, we will get back the data. This should pop in here. Okay, so Alex at Instantly has now generated. How does Instantly differ from Mailshake? Okay, so let's recreate the table from scratch. So here is the table. It's just got one row, nothing else. If we go to Vidu, and if you go to one of your recordings or one of these demo recordings down here and just click the I, it'll bring you to the recording page. And there's a Clay tab which contains all of the instructions on how to set up the Clay sheet. So there's 2 steps. We want to add 2 columns, one to enqueue the video job and 2 to access the generated video data. Okay, so step 1 is to add a HTTP endpoint column with the following values. Okay, so we will add a new column, add enrichment, tools, HTTP API. You can see that the method here is post. So we will choose post. And then for the endpoint, I'll just copy the endpoint, paste that in. Next is the body. So we can copy that, go into Clay, paste it in. You'll see that these are the dynamic portions of the video that we want to pipe in from Clay. So I'm going to delete these, and importantly, you're going to remove the double quotes as well. And you can see this type / to insert column. So we're going to insert the person's name, and then we'll do the same for their company domain. Okay, back to Vidu. The last step is to add a header. So if I go to headers, add new key pair, the key is authorization, and then the value is this hidden API key, which I'll paste in here. And if I save that, we can now run this field, and this will queue up the video. I'm just going to rename this column to, let's say, Vidu generate video. Okay, so as we can see, we get 200 back, which means it has succeeded in queuing the job. So let's continue. So we want to add a second column, same thing as before, add enrichment, tools, HTTP API. This time the method is get. And then we will copy the endpoint, paste that in. This ID we want to dynamically replace. So again, I'm going to do /. This time we're going to get it from the Vidu generate video step, and we're going to take the ID of the video. So this will say, hey, go get the data for this video that we enqueued. And like before, we have to add some authorizations. We'll add a header. The key is authorization, and the value is our API key. And if we save that, so now at this stage, that's everything set up. Well, actually, let me just rename this to be Vidu get video. And now we can run this. So it's coming back as 200, which means the video has generated. And now let's look at the data in here. So you can see the status is completed. This time we get some outputs, including the assets. So here is the URL to the MP4 video. Here is a URL to an MP4 poster, which is like the 2-second intro to the video. Here is the thumbnail. And I'm actually just going to add this as a column. I'm going to call it thumbnail. This is nice to be able to preview the video. Some other ones I'm going to add are the HTML for the video. I'll just call it video HTML. And also this preview URL. And this will allow us to, well, I'll show you here. So we can just open this up and we can preview our video. And you can see this one here is it's got video. It's the personalization. This conversation should be about Vidu. How does Vidu differ from Loom in terms of personalized video capabilities? And you can see there's me responding. There are some competitors of Vidu there. So let's add a new row. We'll do Des again. Add intercom. Okay, so that should queue up the job. So that has succeeded. If we run this Vidu get video immediately, we get an error. And this is kind of a quirk of Clay. There's no way to represent, the processing state. But if you can see the response here, it's currently processing. So this allows us to run all rows that have errors. So if we queue up, 500 videos, we can go make a cup of coffee, come back, and then click run all rows that have errors, and it will pull in, the 200 data for all of those. So I'll rerun this in a minute when that video has generated. So if we preview this here, you can see this thumbnail. Actually, there's a way to make this better. And it's this thumbnail that if I edit the column and change the type to image from URL, we should now see there's the thumbnail itself. This video should have generated now. So if I go run all rows that have errors, they should pull in the data. There we go, 200. Now what we can do is if we expand this here, you can see the thumbnail. And then, so there's Gavin at Vidu. How does Vidu differ from Loom? And here is the one that Des will receive. How does Intercom differ from Zendesk, which hopefully will pique his interest. So this is a little bit of HTML that if we put in an email, will insert the dynamic video. So here's an example in Instantly. Here's how you would do it. So just a sample email. And I've imported the video HTML into a custom field on this person, or on every person, called video HTML. And if you see, if I preview it, you can see it puts that HTML in and that shows our video. Okay, so that's how you use Vidu with Clay. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm always happy to help.